Minus the first 2 innings, we played really well. The first 2 innings were, we didn't come out and set the tone very good. We obviously spotted them 7. We had a lot of opportunities to score runs in the first 2 innings, and again, situational hitting didn't do us any favors there. But we lived by the long ball tonight. We were able, I think every run we scored was via a home run. So I guess that's one way to win. Can't say enough about the job the bullpen did, starting with Jaden Alba coming in obviously after the first pitch, giving up a homer, settling in after that, giving us 3 zeros, giving our offense a chance to inch back in that game. Colby Guy bounced back and had a nice outing. And then of course Fitzy does what he does, and OV did clean it up at the end. But offensively, again, early on was not we had got base runners, but just kind of lost focus with guys in scoring position. But proud of the way the guys battled and stayed resilient throughout the game. Able to put up obviously enough runs to come out on top of that one, which this team always plays us tough. It's never easy. So to come out of here with the win was a big one.
You've talked a lot about how midweeks could be a killer. What did it mean to see that resilience in the later innings?
Well, I think it's obviously you don't like digging yourself a 7-run hole to dig out of on a consistent basis, but that's going to eventually bite you. But I am proud of the way our guys continue to battle and not panic. I might have panicked a little bit there after the second inning, but our guys didn't, which was great. And they kept battling and stayed focused, stayed locked in, and just kept putting together good, solid at bats. And again, the pitchers came in and just kept them right there for the most part and getting big outs, which was great. So we inched back in it and were able to take the lead late and hang on.
How does the energy from tonight really set the tone for the rest of this weekend?
Well, we'll see. Obviously, it was a great comeback win, but again, the challenge for us is just to not get complacent, not take this for granted, and look at the why. How did we come back and score 12? And how did we give up 7? And how did we not score in the first? Those are the things that we got to teach and keep grinding upon and get better at. Again, setting the tone coming out, being down, chasing a touchdown is not ideal. So we have to get better at that. We have to do a better job setting the tone on the mound and offensively.
You talk about Cohen Nikolai's night. I mean, 2 home runs for him. He only hit a homer all of last season. Played really well against GCU. His last time out, the walk-off, the home run. Tonight comes up in 2 huge spots, kind of chipping away, and then obviously the grand slam to tie it.
Yeah, that was obviously a big swing on his part. Cohen's done a great job, splitting time there with Briggsy and waiting his opportunities and being a phenomenal teammate and supportive of Briggsy when he's out there and waiting his turn. And when he gets in there, he's putting together great at-bats. And tonight, 2 big home runs for us. And obviously the backbreaker there in the 7th with the grand slam, that was huge. And we had a lot of things going at that time in the dugout, a lot of guys ready to pinch hit, pinch run, going for defense, all kinds of different things. And we just kind of said, let's see what Cohen does here. Maybe he'll clean the bases with one swing, and we look up and boom, he does it. So that was awesome on his part. We didn't have to go plan C, D, and E after that. So which would have been really interesting how we played the rest of that game with who we had available.
You guys didn't hit a lot of home runs down in Tucson, but then exploded tonight. What do you think was different in those couple days?
I mean, again, we can analyze it till we're blue in the face, but sometimes that just happens. Sometimes you kill them with 1,000 cuts, and other times you hit them with a sledgehammer with home runs. And I guess the good thing is we're capable of doing both, which is good. And our guys squared up some balls tonight that went a long ways, which is good. We can win that way too if we have to.
Speaking of home runs, Landon Harrison hits another one, started 0 for 4 in the game. When he comes up for that 5th at bat, was there kind of just a feeling in the dugout that he wasn't going 0 for 5, that he was going to get something done?
No, I mean, regardless of if he's 4 for 4 or 0 for 4, you know that Landon's usually going to put together a pretty solid at bat. And I think again, every time he comes up, regardless of what he is, he's a threat to do something special, and he did tonight again.
You saw a little variety in the success offensively, everybody kind of getting those home runs. What does that mean to you to see everybody kind of showing up tonight?
I mean, the biggest thing for me again was the resiliency, I guess, the no panic of our guys. They just kept putting together good at bats and putting good swings on the ball. To me, that's what was the most impressive part. Home runs are a result of good swings and good at bats and getting yourself in good counts, and not doing too much. And I think for the most part, we did a pretty good job of that after the second inning.
What do you think of Easton Baird's performance tonight before he was pulled in the second inning?
He's got to get better, and Easton's had three really good outings in a row, and today wasn't his best one. We got to get better than that. Just the energy, body language, all those things. Throwing the ball not up to capability is one thing, but obviously the mound presence has got to be better, in my opinion, and we'll address that tomorrow. Celebrate the win tonight and move on. But Easton's going to be a big key to our success moving forward. And again, the last 3 outings have been outstanding on his part. So he's capable of doing it. I believe in him. We got to keep pushing and keep getting better.
Colby Guy didn't have his best performance on Friday against U of A. Comes back here, gets the job done for a couple innings. What did you see from him tonight?
Just did a much better job of attacking the zone. Did give up the one long ball there, but settled in and threw it pretty well. Just attacked the zone with conviction, and he's got a real nice live, quick arm, and when he's throwing strikes, he's tough to hit.
Is there anything to be said about the catching position over the last few years at ASU? It's been a definite positive. There's always been, feels like, 2 guys behind the plate that are able to rotate, and how important that's been to have a consistent rotation of backstop, or 2 guys that are always competing and defensively, offensively, kind of both ways.
Yeah, I think it's more complementary with these 2 guys, with Briggsy and Cohen. They're both doing a really good job back there. Things we can improve upon, of course, but they complement each other extremely well. Cohen has a little bit more pop in the bat. Briggsy, plays with a ton of energy and does a good job defensively. But they both kind of feed off each other, and I don't think there's a competition on who's doing better. It's more their supporting of each other, which is good, and both can learn from each other at the same time. And I'm trying to instill a little bit more energy of Briggsy into Cohen a little bit, and when he gets that, he's got a chance to be really special down the road, and he's already good. So, but yeah, it's nice to have those 2 guys behind the plate as staples. We got a couple young freshmen that are pretty dang good too, that are waiting their turn, and whether or not they see time this year, we'll see. But it's just nice to have that good, solid catching core.
How much easier is it to turn the tide to tomorrow against UNLV? It's a pretty stacked week, but does it make it any easier coming off a win than a loss?
Yeah, it does. The boys will know that too. Obviously, if we come out of here with a loss, they're still probably going to get a teaching moment tomorrow, but probably in a little bit less decibel tone than it might have been if we come out of here with a loss. But bottom line, always good to get a win. Again, I've said it several midweek times. There's a lot of top 25 teams that stubbed their toe today. We came out looking like we might, but we found a way to win. So at the end of the day, that's what matters. Put a W on the board, and we move forward, learn from it, and try to get better and be ready for tomorrow.
Could you touch on the energy from the stands of all the ASU fans showing up tonight and what that meant to the team?
Yeah, we had a nice following over here, which was good. They always pack the stands pretty good when we come here, and it's great to see them getting the support that they deserve to, with their fans showing up and being a part of it, and our fans showing up and supporting us too. So it was a fun atmosphere to play in front of.